I'm here with Kwasi Nkrumah, who's a labor activist with the Martin Luther King, labor and community activist. I'm here with Kwasi Nkrumah, who's a labor and community activist with the Martin Luther King Coalition. Kwasi, can you tell me why you're here today?
Yeah, I'm here, and I think a lot of other people are here today to show their support for the Walmart workers. You know, like workers in a lot of industries or businesses who don't have organizations that represent them, you know, they're dealing with a lot of conditions which are pretty funky, and a number of the employees around the country have been raising issues around this for some time. There have been lawsuits against Walmart by some of the women who've worked for them. A group of employees around the country petitioned not to be required to work overtime for Black Friday events, because many of them were called away from family holiday participation because their employer wanted them available. And it's not like they're getting great benefits by working at Walmart. I mean, this corporation promotes itself by claiming that it will come into a community and provide jobs and provide low price commodities and articles in the community that people can afford, which is largely true. But what they don't explain when they're coming into that community is their impact will have a tremendous fallout on small businesses, independent businesses in that community who will be driven out of business because they can't compete against the price scale of a monopoly corporation. That in turn creates actually greater unemployment than Walmart can make up through its employment of people who come in the door as employees for them. That means that the tax base goes down for that community. That means that services and programs of their city or community get cut because there's not enough finance available to maintain them, even the public schools. So there, you know, this whole phenomena of concentration of wealth and power in the hands of a few small corporations like Walmart has tremendous fallout. And we think it's very important what the workers at Walmart are doing, because they're actually raising up the issue of workers, the so-called new workforce, which are people who are usually on the margins. I mean, I think a recent survey found that something like 40% of the Walmart employee base is eligible for food stamps because their wages are so low that they still qualify. What that means is that the public is subsidizing this corporation so that they can make money at the expense of working people. We have a national economy where 10 to 12 million jobs were eliminated because of the shutdown of businesses. Again, a lot of them small businesses, and that's not being compensated for adequately with a corporation like this. And what we're here for is to show our support for decent working conditions, wages and benefits, and representational rights of employees at a business like Walmart.
Can you speak about how the Walmart employees have been retaliated against for speaking out on this issue?
Well, you know, Walmart has made it clear that it's not going to maintain its operations in an area that's unionized. What that means is they're even willing to go to the extent of shutting down a facility where the employees attempt to organize for representation. And so employees have been harassed. Many of them have been fired for advocating union representation or simply advocating something as simple as not being required to come in on a holiday to work. Again, when you have no leverage as an employee, that is the situation that you're left in. Your employer dictates every aspect of your life with very little adequate compensation to you. That's one of the reasons why people still need unions, even though many people feel that the unions have really not been as effective as they need to be in representing people.
I can't use all this, it's going to be such a short piece, but
yeah.
Can you just briefly say the effort to organize against the Walmart in Chinatown? Can you discuss that? Are you privy to the details of that?
You know, I haven't really been following that as closely. You know, but I think Walmart's proposal to bring a facility into Chinatown raises all the issues around the role that this corporation plays when it moves into a community. There are some people in Chinatown who want it because there are a lot of elderly people, particularly who live in that community, who are low income. They feel that the low prices from Walmart will benefit them. On the other hand, people who live in Chinatown, are very concerned about not having union rights, not having decent wage packages, et cetera, et cetera. They don't necessarily want to stay on food stamps once they're working a full-time job. So there is definitely a split there. You have a large number of the local businesses who are also feeling that they're going to feel the fallout of this giant competitor in their midst, and that is the record everywhere in the country.
Thank you, Quasi.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You're going to cut it. No, you cut it. I'm long-winded.
Yeah.
Hi.